It's another episode of Say So TV. And today I'm going to be talking about the top 5 red flags in dating. Now, I know that this whole little red flag movement been going on. And I ain't trying to hop on no bandwagons, but I like to talk about stuff like this anyway. So I just thought about it and I was like, it's definitely a perfect topic. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, let me just shoot my shot. Bow, bow. You feel me? And we'll just see what's up. Plus, I think it is very necessary, you know what I'm saying? But I'm going to just get right into it. So, number 1 is not being inquisitive, asking questions, not being able to keep up a conversation. That is the main thing that I've been able to peep when dating out here. It's like, you niggas don't know how to keep up no conversations. I don't know if it's because y'all don't have that much interest or what, but I honestly think that it's just because y'all don't know how. Y'all lack substance and y'all have low character qualities. And when I say low character qualities, I mean you don't really know how to do a lot of things or go about things because you were never really taught or never shown, or it just isn't in you. For instance, people who are attracted to people but they don't have an ability to show them in a way where it comes off as if they are attracted to them. You know what I'm saying? I think that you guys need to understand that if a motherfucker is in your face and y'all out on a date and you are asking them questions and they're not asking you nothing back, it's like, okay, we're not going to do is play 21 questions. I don't think nobody should enter into a situation like that. If a person, you know what I'm saying, is starting off not asking inquisitive questions, and I say inquisitive questions with parentheses because people can ask questions thinking that they know the answer already. That's not inquisitive questions. Those are suspicious questions, okay? What I'm saying is a person asking you like, so what do you like to do on weekends when you off or when you busy during your free time? Like, what do you see yourself in 5 years? Like, you know what I'm saying? Asking you to go out other places, stuff like this, like trying to figure out who you are. That is interest, okay? Someone hitting you up because you posted a picture that you got a lot of likes on and they want to take you out or whatever, they want to hook up with you, that's not interest, that is attraction, okay? I think we all need to understand the difference of that, and I'm actually going to make a video on that as well, the difference between attraction and interest. But yeah, basically if a person, when you're dating and getting to know them, if they're not asking a lot of questions, if they got that persona where they think that they can just sit back and just kind of like watch and peep you and be around you, they think that the more that they're around you, they'll just get to know you, like you'll just show them things. Everybody is not that open. Everybody's not no open book that you can just read and is sitting there ready for you to just read their story. Everybody's not like that. People got a past. People got the shit that they done been through. Everybody is not that vulnerable. Okay? So if you think that you're just going to be around people and not be inquisitive and ask no questions, then you're not getting to know them, and what are you around for? You wasting time. I think that guys like this, honestly, are the guys that just don't have the ability to just come straight out and say that they just want to hook up. If all you want to do is have sex, if you just want to hook up, you need to say that from the jump. I think that it's better for you and the other person, especially for you. I mean, come on now. What you want to waste your time sitting there draining yourself for entertaining somebody when you don't really want to? All you really want to do is fuck and get a nut. Do that. There's too many guys out there for that. You know what I'm saying? So don't waste your time and don't waste nobody else's time. If you're not going to be inquisitive and ask questions and get to know somebody, then, hey, figure out who you will be inquisitive about that's going to make you ask some questions and go fuck with them. And, you know what I'm saying? Vice versa. If a person's not asking you no questions, they're not interested in you like that. And they're not man enough to say it. They may not even know how to say it. I've learned that some things you do have to fill in the blanks for. When you are communicating and you're not getting an answer, because I've asked some guys before, like, hey, What's up? Like, are you shy? Are you nervous? Am I intimidating you? Or do you have a boyfriend or something? Like, what's going on? Like, why am I feeling like I'm not really feeling no vibe off of you like you really, you know what I'm saying, into a nigga? You know what I'm saying? So, that would be number one. Asking inquisitive questions and just being a curious person about you, period. If they not doing that, that is a red flag. I don't care what nobody say. All right? And then number two is passive aggression. Y'all, like, I don't know how much to put it, that passive aggression, the reason why passive aggression is such a problem is because it creates too much misunderstandings. You will literally think that you know what's going on, but you don't, because a person is communicating with you, but they're not telling you exactly what it is. Meaning, I'll give an example. Y'all supposed to meet up and go somewhere on a date, right? You 15 minutes late, 5 minutes late, right? If you get there and you like, oh, my bad, you know what I'm saying? Or you don't maybe even say nothing, but at the end of the day, they feel some type of way and they ain't said nothing. And the whole time y'all sitting there on the date, they being a little distant, maybe being even a little, you know, catty or throwing shots or shade or whatever. You know, you might just feel a weird vibe. And all along is just because all they needed to say was that, hey, I wasn't feeling how you was late to the date, my time is valuable, or etc. or something. Instead, they just gonna sit there and play pussy and act like you're supposed to figure it out, or I don't understand. But at the end of the day, you gotta speak your mind. If you're not speaking your mind, one, you're doing yourself a disservice because you're not allowing other people to get to know who you really are. Okay, and I feel like that is very important. If you're walking through life and you don't care if people know who you really are, and you think that it's okay for people to misunderstand you all the time and not know who you are and who to fuck with and how to play with you, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes people gotta take some responsibility for the way people treat them because you sitting around letting them do it. You know what I'm saying? You gotta open up and you gotta speak your mind and let motherfuckers know you not that one. You know what I'm saying? So if you gonna be passive aggressive about everything, or if the other person is, or even just if they just don't have the ability to receive it, even if you are being direct. Like, for instance, a guy asks you, you know what I'm saying, why you ain't trying to kick it tonight or something, and you tell them straight up, like, I just ain't really feeling it, you know what I'm saying, I just feel like being alone right now, you know what I'm saying, got some shit on my mind. You was just straightforward, honest with them. If these motherfuckers reward you with suspicion on a constant, oh, who you fucking with? Oh, so, like, what? Like, you ain't, like, it's just always something negative about you just simply not wanting to come through to this time, or whatever the case may be. If they don't have a reasonable sense, is what I'm trying to say. If they're not understanding, you know, that you have a life and you got other things going on, or if they don't want to try to be there for you, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm going to tell you a positive way about this one. If you tell a dude some shit like that, like you just going through something and you kind of, you know, depressed, or you going through something right now, and the dude actually hit you back with, hey, you know, what's up? You want to talk about it, or what? You know what I'm saying? You want to, you know, like something like that. That's a green flag. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna actually talk about those too in my next video. But yeah, if a dude is not able to receive direct communication, and if they're not able to directly communicate, if they gotta play pussy and get mad over little stuff but not speak their mind, I don't say little stuff, I'm gonna keep it G. I don't think nobody ever is, I will never be disrespectful to somebody and tell them that what they feel is little. What I'm saying is that if they don't have the ability to speak it and bring it to your acknowledgement, they don't deserve nothing. Because y'all can go down a whole rabbit hole with that. You know what I'm saying? And they don't understand that that's wasting somebody's time. And I call that catfishing in a relationship. Now, if you're not going to be yourself, if you feel some type of way about something and you're not telling me, you're not expressing yourself to me, I don't know who I'm with. You have to understand that that is, first of all, what you're doing. It's not all about your defense mechanisms and you not getting hurt again. Other people have feelings as well. If you're not going to be empathetic and understand and have respect for other people's hearts and feelings like you would want in return, then you need to be single. Straight up. All right? So now, moving on to number 3. Number 3, not being able to face fears, handle unfamiliar challenges. Like, honestly, this one is a more in-depth one. If someone is not able to, if you find someone who's very stuck in their ways, you know what I'm saying? And I know that a lot of guys that are older are gonna feel like, okay, well, that just comes along with age. Nah. If you can't teach an old dog new tricks, then that old dog needs to stay there and go ahead and go to sleep then. You know what I'm saying? Because you gotta be able to evolve. And the reason why I say this is because unless you trying to just have a little boyfriend for a year or two, then this is a trait that's gonna have to be a part of y'all's bond on both ends. If if one of the other y'all are not able to go into unfamiliar territory and be brave about it, because see, everything is not going to be what you're used to or what you expect or what you want it to be. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like if you trying to go out to eat to new places, like y'all been dating for a couple months or maybe even just a month, and you want to go try some shit like, I don't know, French food or some other shit. You want to try some daring, like you might want to go to a room that where y'all got to go and get yourself out of, what are those called? Like the lock rooms, or, you know, something different outside of the box or whatever. And they just kind of like, nah, you know, I'm cool on that or whatever. Like somebody who's not able to do nothing else besides what they used to doing, that's a red flag, straight up. Like I feel like that's a big part in an advantage in relationships. It's the journey of being with somebody else to give you more things to learn from and experience. And I feel like if a person don't want to do nothing outside the box, then I feel like that's a red flag, because nobody's going to be just like you. You know what I'm saying? You have to be willing to step out of your comfort zone. You know what I'm saying? So, number 4, too clingy or too distant. Two extremes. If it's either you under my ass or I can't even fucking get a hold of you to kick it with you on the, like, at least 3-4 times a week, you know what I'm saying? If it's like I only can see you on the weekends, if even that or something, you know what I'm saying? I feel like it needs to be equal median. Too much of anything isn't good, and I feel like y'all need to have some space, but y'all need to also make time for each other. Otherwise, it isn't anything, you know what I'm saying? And the reason why I say this is because too clingy is a sign of insecurity with self. I've felt it from a lot of guys that they were not really, it wasn't about me. I could tell, like, it's not really about me. It's about you having a body to fill a void for you because you don't like who you are. You don't like your life. So you use me as a distraction. And that's why you need to be around me all the fucking time. That is the most toxic shit. That feels like a parasite, okay? That is not a relationship. That is not a partner. That is a person attaching themselves to you for their own selfish gain, okay? It is a selfish thing. It's not genuine, okay? As weak and insecure as this is not a genuine trait. This is the most beta male shit, okay? This shit breaks hearts all the time, okay? These people are the kind of people that they will attach themselves to you, and if you, it's toxic. It's a rabbit hole of, I feel like, domestic shit and everything possibly in this. You know what I'm saying? Because they will do anything to stay with you. Yeah, it's not good. You know what I'm saying? And it's not in a good way. Not in a good way of trying to do anything to stay with you. And then on the opposite fence, I've also experienced guys where they'll like your shit up all over you on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, whatever you want to call it. I'm talking about, it seems like they your biggest fan, or one of them. And you'll be talking to them, they'll be in your inbox, you'll talk to them, and you'll try to kick it with them, and just to get to know them, you know, and they won't even let that happen. And what I've noticed is that, or what my perception on that I've gained is, because I've directly communicated with one of these guys, and I asked him straight up, like, well, what is it? Like, you know, why is it that you're resistant to hang out? Like, you know, you can just keep it real with me. I'm not going to be offended about nothing. You know, I just want to know what it is. And he was just like, oh, I just don't want to be with everybody else, so I'll just be on some hookup shit or whatever. Okay, so then if that's the case, then you would still hang out with a nigga. We could go out somewhere public or something. Like, a nigga trying to get to know you. A nigga did not say he was trying to smash on you. You know what I'm saying? And that's where I realized that, one, that's not even true. See, we got to quit giving niggas the benefit of the doubt too much and just thinking that, allowing these niggas to say whatever. Like, anytime you talk to a nigga, it's always, oh, I ain't fucking with nobody, I'm not doing this, I'm not doing that. Like, man, quit this. Like, I'm done with that whole lying, capping shit. Like, we are talking to motherfuckers, even if it's not seriously. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I won't say everybody, you know what I'm saying? Because lately, I haven't been doing that. So I've just opened up to a new realm, which I've been celibate, and I'm actually going to make a video on that as well. But what I'm saying is that there is a such thing as people out there, and this isn't everyone's case, but there is a such thing as people out there that have secrets and they have things to hide. They might not want you to see who they really are, or they also might thrive off of the mystery or the fantasy or the thought of you, but getting too close to you would kind of scare them, because it would fuck up their vision of you, because they're actually itemizing you. It's like they're putting you up like this figure that they don't know, and when they get to know you, it might fuck it up, so they don't want to even get close to you. I mean, there's a lot of different reasons, but whatever the case may be, this shit is a red flag. If you can't fucking hang out, I don't know no man who don't want to hang out and see the person that they talking to, like, or that they're trying to get to know. Like, I just, especially if y'all in the same city, I just don't, I mean, I know guys who take trips to see you, so if you got a guy in your city and won't do it, that's a huge red flag. All right, and now last but not least, number 5, and I know I was about to touch on this, but I'm glad I waited. Familiar flow in the same pattern of the past failed relationships, okay? When I tell you this, like, this is one of the biggest red flags that we all overlook. If you are constantly, all right, I'm gonna put it like this. Me personally, a lot of my relationships, or my situationships, I should say, that have started off of, we hooked up, first day, had good conversation, had a good vibe, had good chemistry, and then we had sex, and the sex was so good, and we just had sex constantly, and then we just was around each other all the time, all of a sudden, and I'll look up, and it's been probably like a month or 2 or 3, and we done been together around each other all the time, cuddling, sleeping together, we think that we're falling for something or falling for each other when really we're just getting fucking attached. And that's what I just learned. Like, I'm thinking that, like, cause I was like, cause honestly, I'm gonna talk about this, like my past relationship as well. But with my last relationship, and then this new thing that I had going on here recently, that was like getting to know somebody, but it didn't go nowhere because I peeped shit quick. And I was like, you know what? I just noticed something. It's the same fucking shit every time I get with somebody. We have good chemistry, good vibe, good conversation, have good sex, and then be around each other all the motherfucking time. And then all of a sudden, we together. There was no friendship made. There was no foundation laid about what we was really trying to do. We got attached and made the shit fucking work. Like, you know what I'm saying? That is a red flag. So I'm not saying that everybody's situation goes like that. But if yours does, or whatever your flow is that you're used to, if you're noticing that every time this is how it goes, and all of a sudden you end up in a relationship with somebody, that is a red flag. Because obviously that shit didn't work. And I do believe that the way shit starts is going to be the way shit ends if the shit is consistent. Coincidences do not happen consistently, okay? And this is honestly something that you have to look into yourself about. This is a self one, okay? Because I had to look into it to myself. I had to figure out, what was it about me? Why am I still getting the same type of shit going on? And I noticed that it's because I'm doing the same process with just different people. So look into that. If you notice these type of things, if you notice any of these red flags into you, change them for the betterment of you and others, okay? And if you see these in people, check their ass. You know what I'm saying? I am not a believer on ghosting people without speaking your mind. Speak your truth, say what you gotta say, and then if they don't receive it, then you walk away, all right? But all right then, that's my top 5 red flags right now.